Good afternoon, evening, or morning. It's Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, this is just out. It's only been a few hours. We did not cover this because we were waiting for this update. YouTube has now put forward its July 15th, 2025 policy is the best word to say it. It is a YouTube channel monetization policy that everybody has been talking about repetitious content regarding AI, voiceovers, faceless channels, all of these different things. You know something? It's about as clear as mud. Now, we're going to do the best we can. We're going to show you the policy. We're going to talk about it. We're going to highlight the parts and pieces. And we're going to then ask for you to tell us what you think it means. Because I'll be honest with you, if you're looking to us right now, at this point in time, to tell you what this means, you're looking at the wrong place. And if you're looking at other YouTubers, well, you know what? This is the information that's out there, and quite frankly, a lot of assumptions are being made. So let's just take a look and see, all right? Let's talk about it. Okay. YouTube announced several weeks ago, actually, that it was updating its channel monetization policies with respect to repetitious content and content that's repetitive or mass produced. They're going after the easy stuff, and they admit that. What they want to do and what they have said, and YouTube put out a video that talked about the simple fact that they want human interaction. They don't mind AI, and there's a place for AI. They don't disagree with that, okay? But what they want is that human element. They want to get rid of what they call and have termed AI slop, all right? YouTube slop. And you've seen all of this. You've seen these thumbnails on your feed, and they show up, and you click on it, and then you end up watching, 24 slides with an AI voice narration. That kind of stuff they definitely are targeting for sure. Secondarily to that, they're targeting, as more and more of these AI programs are getting smarter and better, they're targeting how much creativity the human put in it, not how much creativity is in it. So I think, but you know what? Let's look at it first, okay? And then we'll figure it out. What you think. Now, July 15th, now this is on YouTube partner program and the YPP partner program, YouTube channel monetization policies. Okay, and let me get rid of that. There we go. Right here, you can certainly look that up. And I can include a link to this below. All right, and it's through Google. And then to YouTube, it's, Google/YouTube/support. All right, answers. Okay, on July 15th, now this posted actually about midnight, July 15th, EST in the US. And I kind of waited for this because we've been watching it. And then I did a bunch of research afterwards. So it says, July 15th, 2025, we're making minor updates. We're making a minor update to our repetitious content policy to better clarify that this includes content that is repetitive or mass produced. I don't know how they figure that out, but I guess they think they can. We are also renaming the policy from repetitious content to inauthentic content. Okay? This type of content has always been ineligible for monetization, and that's true. That is true. Okay? But I've never seen them enforce it, and people are continuing to put it up there. All right? But it's ineligible for monetization under the existing policies, where creators are rewarded, all right, for original and authentic content. So I guess somebody's got to define that, don't they? Well, I went looking for that, and nowhere in YouTube or in Google does it specifically tell you. I found a couple of references, but quite honestly, it's very vague. Okay? There's no change to our reused content policy. All right? So, for those of you that have been dealing with that, which reviews content like commentary, clips, compilations, and reaction videos. So, none of that is apparently being impacted. Will they get a little stricter about it? I don't know. I really and truly don't. But, this is what they say. This is it. This is the whole thing. Now, it goes on down here to tell you, if you're monetized and your channel follows the rules, includes the policy description below, as well as YouTube's community guidelines, terms of service, copyright, blah, blah, blah. These policies apply to anyone, blah, 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 blah. So finally it says, here's a quick overview of each major policy. Well, what we check for, there's no overview of this other than this little section right here. What we check for when we review your channel. If you're making money on YouTube, your content should be original and authentic. Well, what do you describe as authentic? Is it that the voiceover is authentic? Original and authentic. For instance, this is not uncommon. Somebody will wake up in the day and they'll look at the top 50 in their area YouTube videos. All right? Oh, this one got 70,000 views already. Let me do one just like that. So they create a video on the same topic. Is that now original and authentic? I don't know. In the comments, I'm asking questions. I want you guys to tell us what you think. All right. It says this means that we expect your content to be your original creation. Okay. And then it says, if you borrow content from someone else, you need to change it significantly to make it your own. Well, I should also preface this and say, look, this isn't going to impact us at all. Our stuff is all our own original content. We don't do reaction videos. I think I did one once. Okay. But other than that, we don't do reaction videos. We don't copy other people's videos. We don't use clips from other people's videos. Okay. But what does it mean to change it significantly? Okay. That's what I don't understand, is what is significantly. Well, I didn't expect that, but okay. All right. And then it says, not to be mass-produced or repetitive. It should be made for the enjoyment or education of viewers rather than the sole purpose of getting views. I've never seen YouTube say don't go after views. I mean, views is how YouTubers get revenue. The more time you spend watching, the more revenue they make, the more views, and the longer the time, the averages, the more money they make because they can run more ads. All right. So, I mean, I don't really get it. But now it says our reviewers will check your channel and content against our policies. Since they can't check every video, our reviewers may focus on your channel's main theme, which is kind of interesting. That might impact a few people. Most viewed videos, I don't know why that matters. Sometimes you hit a home run. Sometimes they're all foul balls. All right. Newest videos, I'm not sure how that applies. That's why I'm asking you guys. I'm in a realm here that quite honestly doesn't really matter. Biggest proportion of watch time. Now that kind of gets to me because sometimes I'll have videos that are 20 minutes long or 15 minutes long, but I only have 5 minutes of watch time on average because I can be boring. This might be boring. I apologize. All right. Then the video metadata, including the thumbnails and the descriptions. Now that will be interesting as well, because for those of you that don't know this or don't recognize it, that metadata is how Google SEO looks at these videos. Okay? And then the channel's about section. Wow. All right. And then it goes on to say the above is just examples of content our reviewers may assess. Note that our reviewers can and may check other parts of your channel to see whether it fully meets our policies. Now, does this mean that there's going to be a closer scrutiny of channels? Does this mean that they are going to take a look at the content in general and make a decision themselves? You tell me what you think. All right, this has been like triggering a plethora of fear among YouTubers. There are a lot of YouTubers here in the Philippines, and I would suspect elsewhere for sure, that depend on that monetization. They depend on that monetization to enhance their monthly pay. I guess the best word for it, is the difference between going out to dinner once a week or once a month or 3 times a month. How does this impact them? Secondly, do you have an issue with this AI slop? Do you feel that there is a large amount of garbage that gets fed into your feed that is obviously AI? Obviously. We've seen number of very reputable big channels that deal with the technical aspect of channels and YouTube and monetization, it's interesting. All of them have said that faceless channels are going to face a big, faceless channels will have a larger hurdle. Okay. It's not personalized. They're saying that, looking at the editing process, did they create something that actually shows creative effort? There's all kinds of stuff out there, but there's nothing in this that's clearly defined. Do you think YouTube is just blowing smoke? Do you think this means anything? Do you read into this anything that that you can add or think you can add even. I mean, I'm grasping at straws here, trying to figure out, what the big deal is, because I really don't see it. I only see a couple of channels that I think would fall into this category. Not many, to be honest with you. But at the same time, in the comments below, first off, let's do this. The first thing is please do subscribe, hit that thumbs up for the algorithm, all right, hopefully, all right, and then hit the notify bell if you feel like it. So that we can push this out, so we can get more people to look at it and to give their opinions. Because secondly, we're going to ask, in the comments section, tell us what you think. Tell us, what do you think this means? Tell us, what do you think whether it'll impact anybody? Tell us, is it as clear as mud, or no, it's very clear to you? All of those things. We want your input. That's really essential here. That's just really the bottom line. So I'm going to wrap this up, trying to be as short as possible. We're going to get this posted, and then we're going to tell you this. We want you to have a great day. Be safe.